podcast with me, Alex Camp, and here in the middle is Dominic Catton Woods.
That was a better introduction.
And over there on the left is Ethan Smith.
Hi, how's it going, everybody and the families?
Is he on the left? Is he on the right? We got a comment on one of the videos saying, "Oh, I love the guy on the left."
He's on our right, but they're left.
He's the left to them, to the audience.
And they're not.
So that person loved Ethan.
They're not sat here with us.
It was a video where you were featured telling a funny story.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Thanks for showing up.
There's a woman as well.
You know, crazy.
Maybe you've got a...
It was a female woman.
Well, that's it. I've seen them out and about in the wild.
With boobs and...
other stuff. Not really sure what's going on.
Out in the wild as opposed to in the zoo.
I've seen some in the zoo as well, yeah.
Women are at the zoo.
Females are at the zoo.
Female animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And women, I think.
Yeah, they're all at the zoo.
Everybody on a nice day out. eating ice
Frankly,
cream.
on a nice day, everyone's out of the zoo.
That is true.
That's
You've
what
been
I
to the
find.
zoo recently?
I went to Chester Zoo in the summer.
Yeah.
That made me think there was these parents that are such cunts, aren't they? There was one...
Parents are just such cunts.
There was
aren't
one...
they?
Me and Emily were stood at the front, and there was parents like, "Excuse me, we should let the shorter people go at the front." It's like, oh, fuck off, mate.
You should say they're not short, the children, right?
Yeah,
They
but
don't
like,
deserve
put them on
anything.
put them on your shoulders.
Kick them out the way. Get
Other
out
than-
the fucking
Who are
way.
these short people?
But the
They're
dad,
dressed the same.
but the dad saying that was really short, so maybe he was talking about
Yeah.
himself.
It weren't like a group of midgets, was it?
No.
Well, yeah, I mean, as a tall person, you do sort of have a duty to stand behind other people.
You have your time at the front. 30 seconds. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Move on, then they have their time.
To be honest, I do think
Yeah.
that, I do think that the...
They haven't even paid to. They've paid significantly
Short
less to
people
get in.
pay.
No, children don't.
They
Short
pay
people
less.
don't pay less. They don't have a
Children-
discount just
children-
because they're short.
Children pay less.
They don't pay anything technically because
Exactly.
they don't earn
So
money.
they shouldn't get the time at the front.
Children are exempt from our economic...
I'm here
kind
doing
of-
gigs.
Plus, children spend
Just
all
pay for
day
it.
looking at animals at school, don't they? Because they're always reading about animals, learning about animals.
I feel like animals less now.
You like
how do you
animals
know
less?
that?
No, I feel like they're learning less about animals.
What are they learning about now, then, mate?
Other stuff.
Like what?
Yeah. Well, they're learning about psyops.
They're learning about,
5G.
environmental, waste.
Environmental animals.
They're learning about...
Big bin men.
Yeah, they're learning about fucking condensation.
Condensation.
I
Yeah.
think they were always learning about that.
Well, they're learning more about it.
I
more
learned
than-
about the
more than
water
ever.
cycle when I was
Yeah.
at school.
Learning about that.
That's what that is.
Learning about it all, and it's good. It's a good thing. Keep it up, kids.
Yeah, enough of these animals. Let's start
Yeah.
learning about condensation.
Learn about real things, because when are you gonna meet a platypus?
Oh, I'd love to.
It's not gonna come up on in your job search, is it?
I'd love to meet a platypus.
Oh, they're weird looking though.
Have you met
Yeah.
one?
They don't look real in real life.
Have you
No,
seen
that's
one?
the whole point.
They look unreal.
You've seen
I've seen one, yeah.
when? Where?
Seen it.
You haven't seen anything.
No, I've seen it.
You haven't
honestly.
seen
You
a
haven't even been
platypus.
to
I did.
London. There's no way you've seen a platypus.
Well, I've seen one. So
Aren't they where are they? In
Australia, New Zealand,
have you seen one?
Yeah.
that side of the world.
you
No,
seen
of course
one?
not.
There was a show called Phineas and Ferb, and was that what it was called? Where
Phineas and Ferb.
The kid had a pet
Ferb.
platypus.
yeah.
Did he?
Was that it? And I really wanted a platypus because of that. It was
That's
so
mad.
cool.
That.
Mm.
It was mad shit.
That's mad. That. I launched a new podcast today.
Yeah, no one
go
cares.
on. You launched a new podcast.
New podcast, yeah.
That's it. Branching out.
I mean,
It's called The Bent Roys. Yeah, it is.
Just a bunch of guys called Roy in
Yeah.
string vests.
I don't know if this podcast is going well enough to advertise.
Another
Others.
podcast.
What,
on it.
so I can't advertise. It's gonna hurt my new podcast to advertise it on this one.
Yo, right, it might drive your
So this is
ratings
how
down.
few viewers we've got that I'm gonna get less.
Yeah, but our few viewers only like Ethan, so
That's true. They do mostly like Ethan.
and they think you bully me.
But I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to keep the whole thing running together. That's it.
He's
I
got
don't
a
get the
job to
credit.
do.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I wake up 5 minutes before we do this.
Yeah, I edit it. I do the sound. I put everything together. I post it online. I do all that
You
stuff.
sit down here
I
early and then
introduce it. I keep everything together. I join the pieces up together.
Yep.
you get down here early and then go upstairs when it's time to record.
But I got down early, yeah, in order to do something, in order to do a show.
You shouldn't have brought this up.
Pushing the buttons.
What buttons? Do I look like I'm
These
upset?
ones.
No, there's nothing on
No.
those right now.
No, you just took it. I threw you a bait and you nibbled.
What was I supposed to say?
Well, I thought you'd like rub it off. She's like, yeah, all right, mate, we're done with that now. But you were like, I was down here.
I was down there.
Yeah.
I was down there for ages.
Yeah, maybe we should move on.
Charisma. What have you guys been up to this week?
I've been releasing a new podcast, which I wanted to talk about, but instead, Dom decided to move the conversation on to nothing.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
He's good at that. He's
No,
good at,
no,
he's good
let's do
at
that
dead
now.
ends.
Why do you always do that?
They should call you Dom the cul-de-sac.
Dead end
because-
Dom.
Why do I always do
you
what?
have to go out the same
Well,
way
we're
you came
talking
in.
and we get a rhythm going on, and then you say something to completely derail it, and then it ruins it.
Because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do in your own podcast when it's just you on your own, sitting on your bed in your room, looking at the camera? Do you say, "Oh yeah, now on to the next thing"? Oh, stop that though.
I write
I
topics
shouldn't do that.
to talk about.
That's stupid.
Well, what topics would you talk about?
We've got them written in.
Hold on, we're not talking about his podcast now.
Oh, wait, hang
I
on,
was supposed
sorry.
to talk about my podcast.
So anyway, I've heard of this great new podcast at the moment, and
Called
it's like
Daddy
a,
Issues.
It's like a
Oh.
music-related podcast.
That's right, Ethan.
And it's about some amazing musicians who've played in big stadiums and stuff like that.
It's
Been
called
on
My
it
Mum
and-
Was Our Roadie, and
Yeah.
the first episode interviewed Jack Bevan from Foals.
I went and watched the Falls at Victoria Warehouse.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
good. My mum.
yeah. Did
Your
with your
mum?
Yeah, with my
How old
mum,
were you?
yeah. Don't want to talk about it.
Was it a recent thing?
I don't know. I must have been about 17, 18,
That's
a
all
youth.
right.
You're a youth.
19, 20.
Were you dancing there with your mum and that?
I mean, I get down and jiggy.
That's nice that you
I'm
go
a big
and do
dancer.
things with your mum.
Yeah, it was nice. She bought tickets.
I don't know why you had to add that in. I assumed that, to be honest. I'd assume if you went tomorrow that she would buy the tickets.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah. Is the
No
one on
offense.
tomorrow?
Can I come?
No, they're not on
No,
tomorrow.
no, you can't.
Tell you what. No, don't worry about it because you're doing your thing. I'll do it in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, you
that's
just
good.
hold on to that.
That's called being aware of the situation.
Look at that. You
That was
almost could have not even said that you were going to say something
No, but
next. You
this-
just waited until the
It
proper
sparked
opportunity.
something in my head.
Right.
Did it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, and soon you'll develop a way to not just go, whenever
No, I don't
anything
think I
sparks
will.
in your head.
I don't think I will.
But it's good. Launched the podcast today. It was a lot of fun. We just talk over the internet about gigs from when years ago,
Yeah.
talking about
Old school.
playing in bands in
Yeah.
village halls and stuff like that. Anyway, it's good. Check it out. Go on, mate.
Well, last time I went to wasn't the last time, but I went to see the Kooks
Yeah.
in Victoria Warehouse, actually.
so naive.
Well, this is the thing. A couple of years ago, and so I went with my mate Vincent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can
Did
imagine.
he did an impression of them?
No, he didn't. But you can imagine how that went. Him in a crowded room of people.
I don't know. I don't know Vince well
That's
enough.
true. And then a guy called Harry, who's now left uni, and Harry had nothing to say apart from he was from Wrexham. And whenever someone said they're from Wrexham, he'd go, "You're from Wrexham," and they go, "Yeah." He'd go, "I'm from Wrexham." Anyway, so it was us two, and then two.
That was all he ever said.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
it.
Wait, did nothing else?
No.
How did he order food at a takeaway and stuff like that?
Just
Just wait for him to. Rex. No, we don't sound like here.
And then two girls, right? One of them I knew,
Okay.
and then a friend. And I was dancing. Didn't realize the girl liked me that I knew. Apparently she did. And then, but the other one started like getting a bit frisky, and she started kissing me. And then her mate that I knew got really annoyed because obviously
Oh.
she liked me. They ran off, right? I then found them later, and they were like, "You're a twat." I was like, "What do you mean? I'm a twat?" They're like, "You." I said, "Why am I a twat?" And they went, "You just are." Because she was annoyed at her, but they took it out on me instead.
I love this. So both girls fancied you,
Yeah,
and you lost both of them.
both of them.
Brilliant.
First
Yeah.
of all, this seems
It's not. It's,
hard to believe.
no, it's not.
What, the two girls
Yeah, not one,
were interested.
but two. And also, why did me talk about going to watch the Falls with my mum?
Live music
All right, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to see the Kooks.
I was just thinking
Yeah.
maybe because
at the same place.
yeah.
Yeah, but what happened was, like, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go home with this girl. That'll be fun." And then ended up with just going home with Vincent.
Going home empty-handed.
But tell you what
with
happened
her.
is
Poor Vincent.
You should have just got Vince to do an impression of the girl that you liked
Yeah,
best
should have
out of
done,
the two,
yeah.
and you could have fondled him.
Well, we were leaving, and they were selling the
With
t-shirt.
consent.
They were selling the
With consent.
t-shirts and that. And I was like, "What? Why are you so annoyed? What do you want me to do?" And they're like, "Buy me a t-shirt." I was like, "What?" And then I went, "Vincent, give me a tenner." He gave me a tenner. I gave it to the guy. Gave her the t-shirt, and I've never given Vincent that tenner back.
So you
Well,
still owe Vince a
the
tenner,
tenner, yeah.
out of all this. So he lost, you lost out, but really Vince lost out because he went home empty-handed and down a tenner.
But I owe a couple of my mates money. So one of my mates sold loads of drugs on a night out, and he had like a cute, like 300 quid in his like pocket, and he was fucked. and he was buying all our stuff. And then years later, I said to him, "Do you remember who did that?" He goes, "Yeah, can you give me the money back?" I said, "No, what are you going to do? Phone the police?" And that was it.
What are you going to do? Phone the police? You're a dealer.
Yeah.
You're a great
I'm
friend.
not going to give you the money back.
I'd love to hang around with you and introduce you to my family.
Why don't you
friends.
why don't you pay him back?
I should give Vincent the tenner, but the other guy, there's more to it.
I owed you 40
Here's my dad a load of
I owed
money.
you 40 quid and you brought it up every single day for a month.
Yeah,
and
but
then
the thing
didn't talk
is-
to me for 2 days. And I said, well, tell me here. And you went, well, you owe me that 40 quid.
I did
That's
not talk
amazing.
to
You
you.
robbed Vincent
No,
to get
Vincent.
£0.
Yeah. Just to buy a girl a T-shirt to make up for the fact that you were just completely oblivious.
And I look back on it and I think I'd really like that T-shirt. It was a nice T-shirt.
Well, I'm glad you brought that story up.
Okay, let's move into development.
Developments.
I wanted to talk about the pickup.
Right, anyway, maybe we'll circle back. Developments.
You know what? I just got to say, we've had some fantastic bagels in the house this week. I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I came back here Wednesday, late. Beck's in here. So's Ethan. UFC competition and cheese bagels.
Yeah.
I was like there was like a hot girl here waiting for me.
Yeah.
It's
To be
a-
honest,
But better.
I was like, he's gonna fucking love this.
Yeah.
He had a big grin on his face. Stayed up for an extra half an hour.
Yeah.
Looked after the boys. Some bagels.
Wow. Just to.
And it was a nice time. It was wholesome.
Yeah.
You know.
I love how you come back. You're like, yes, there's a stone disabled kid in my house, and I'm talking about Beck, not Ethan. Although
Beck was like, I'm gonna beat Beck.
Beck was on form as well. He was firing off zingers left, right, and centre
Yeah.
because I was there for a little bit. I was quite tired, just about to go to bed, and Beck was just like, "Hey, all right, mate, yeah," just giving it
He's a
loads.
proper lad, man. He's a proper lad.
Giving it loads. that
He
kid.
loves stand up, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, man.
Like
I've
he was
never
there,
seen
like
anybody.
he just talked about it so much.
He gives himself to it, man. It's a big part of his life. I
Yeah.
think
That's what you're
that's
like.
great.
though.
That's passion.
Yeah, but I don't talk about it that much. No, we do.
Shut the fuck up. We're on a podcast talking about it now. Would you orchestrated?
It's true. The podcast, or they're talking about it now.
Both.
Yeah. There.
Yeah, so good things, developments. What's been going on this week?
Anything? You don't have to.
It's been quiet on the bagel front.
I saw you cleaning up the outside area.
Did you catch me?
I caught you.
My
I
most
saw you
shameful
cleaning.
moment.
I've seen you doing that, and you looked incredibly depressed.
Yeah, but I'm good at it. I've got a system, and I'm quick. Like I'm probably one of the fastest in the deli at doing the outside. It's like it's a prestige that you get.
You get it? Yeah, they're like, oh, he's quick now. That
yeah,
lad.
they go fucking right. You can do glass as well.
It gets really busy,
You get
doesn't
2
it?
extra jobs.
People sit
It's
down on
horrible.
that.
Yeah, it's a horrible. I struggle working there. It's very intense. It's high pace, and they're quite specific orders. And the people who come in here are different. The other day we had a young girl coming here.
What?
She was like 13, and I thought this is a place for like old people and divorcees. And
The kids aren't allowed to come into your...
just on your
Well,
own. Like I don't know. There's a shop next door that sells sweets.
Is it?
What are you, what you doing?
Kids can only buy sweets
Yeah.
until they turn 18.
We
and
don't
then they
even
have
sell
to-
energy drink in there. Like, why are you coming? But she was like, yeah, can I have some? Can I have some hummus? I was like, this.
I love how this is so hard for you to contemplate that
Probably-
kids could eat hummus
Well, I was
or
like-
anything that's not like just sweet
Probably her
energy
mum
drink and
sent her
crisps.
there or something.
Well, I was like, do I have to ask her for ID? Is she allowed to just eat this hummus? And she's like, yeah, and then I'll have some salamis. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Who's going on? I used to have Euroshop chocolate and a big bottle of Boost for £1, litre bottle of energy drink.
Big bottle of Boost.
And that'd get me until 6 o'clock, and we'd go and we'd get on a bus and we'd throw all the newspaper out the window and do some stuff like that. Set fire to a bin.
How much,
to a bin, baby.
how much did she spend?
She might have spent 15 quid,
Fun.
maybe, on some salamis and, a loaf of bread.
Her mum probably,
some-
her mum probably sent her there to pick it up, I reckon.
Yeah, I know, but then how do I ask without being weird?
Well, you don't have to ask.
Did your mummy send you to get the salamis?
Well, I want to investigate. I want to see what this this thing's up. You know what? I want to find out the backstory.
Maybe
to
she
this.
Don't ask too many questions of a 13-year-old girl. So where do you live?
It's a fucking,
What are you doing here?
Exactly. There's some things. It's a slippery slope, but I'm intrigued by the whole
You've even sat forward.
by the whole situation of it all, because
The situation of it all with Ethan Smith.
this is like hot water. This is fucking. I've got to tiptoe around this. I can't go. Why are you 13 and buying fucking boiled ham? What's going on?
Boiled ham.
What's wrong with you?
Maybe
Do you not have friends? Do you not have friends? You're gonna get gout.
What?
This is a this is a cry for help. If anything, do you need to speak to somebody? What's wrong with? Because people are gonna look at me like, why is he just shouting in this?
Maybe she was older than you think.
What, a school uniform?
Maybe it
Never
was
know.
like a.
Don't you
I mean,
dare.
listen.
Don't you dare.
This is a young
Whatever it is you're about to say, don't you
member
dare.
of the community.
That's pretty bad.
You know, treat them with respect, but it's still, you know, it's intriguing. It's different. You know, I had a woman and she had a kid, and she's like, right, you know, do you want one of these things? And you know, and she was like, sorry, he's got an eating disorder. He only eats Emmental cheese. I was like, what? And she went, I know, it sounds so Cholton. And I was like, I didn't even know that was a phrase.
So Cholton.
Oh my God, that's so Cholton. Like, I didn't know that was a phrase. And the fact that you said it meant that you've wanted to say that. You wanted to be like, yeah.
I bet the mum
Yeah,
was
so
really
Cholton.
fit, wasn't she?
No, she was,
Shame.
she had a, you know, she had a one guy.
Shame.
She's like, I picture-
Why is that a shame?
I pictured her as being a really attractive mum to the weird kid, but
No,
she's
it's not like that. It's like, I don't know what happens
like
when...
Katie Price.
But if it's a shame that she's not, then that means that if she was attractive, it would be like a really good thing.
Well, no, it's just
Like, if for some reason it would be like, yeah, good.
It's just like-
she's hot.
it's just
Nice.
like I just pictured it in my head, and you know you let me down on that. So
Well, you know, she's a busy woman. She's got a lot on her plate. She's got a neurodivergent son who only eats Emmental cheese. She's got to work hard for that shit.
She's tracking down Emmental everywhere she goes. There's no time for makeup or hair.
She's
or
getting it
anything like
imported
that.
to her house, isn't she?
Yeah, she's going over to Holland, picking it up fresh, and
Exactly.
smuggling it into the country.
well,
In
it's
the back
tough
of the car.
being one of these
Yeah, Nicholas.
neurodivergents. I should know.
Neurodivergence. You neurodivergent.
Neurodivergents.
Neurodivergence.
Neurodivergents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neuro-dead virgins. Well, that was a good one. Let's move on to Gripe of the Week.
Oh fuck.
Gripe of the week, gripe of the week, and the pipe of the week. It's the strike of the week, yeah. Gripe of the week, gripe of the week. Have a little bit of the gripe of the week now.
Anyone got a gripe today?
Yeah. So last night saw the.
I don't know what that is. I don't know why you keep doing that.
I came down this morning and said that to Ethan. He goes, "What are you doing?" I went, "I saw that," and I did it 3 times.
Also, you put your mic on your lap, and so we couldn't hear the noise that you made.
Okay.
All right, okay,
sorry.
let me hold it. You do this, because it's horrible.
And,
How was that in your ear?
and Ethan said he knew what I was doing the whole time. He just wanted to make me do it.
You saw the mouse.
But it was at 12. The mouse doesn't normally come out till like 1 a.m. It was at 12.
Early. He's early for a shift.
The mouse is not keeping
No,
time.
he should have set hours.
Oh, shit.
Okay, only a little bit.
The mouse does not have any clock. You know, this is not a hickory dickory dock mouse, as far as I'm concerned.
He should have set hours.
Because those mice are blind, and so
Yeah.
they have to listen out for the chime, and we don't have that kind of clock here.
But then
No.
you turn the lights on and he fucks off. So maybe we leave the lights on.
What the fuck? Hang on. The hickory dickory dock mice are blind.
3 blind mice.
No. Whoa.
Oh, is it
They're
different?
related.
Hickory dickory
I
dock.
never
The
knew
mouse ran
that.
up the clock. Yeah,
The
you're
clock
right.
one
They're
run-
not.
Yeah,
They're not the
No,
same.
yeah, but they make sense. You know, when you said that it needs the chime to know when to climb up the clock,
Hold on.
maybe we've figured something out here. Are they the same mice? Maybe it's a long cousin. Maybe
Nobody
it's the fourth
asked.
mouse.
Nobody asked, right? Does that hickory dickory dock mouse have a tail? Because perhaps, right, 3 blind mice, they got the tails cut off with a carving knife by
Yeah.
the farmer's wife. Yeah, so imagine the scene.
Dropping
the
bars here.
farmer's wife, cut to the farmer's wife, carver's knife, bosh, bosh, bosh. Right,
Yeah.
slices the
And
tails
maybe
off.
even a fourth
I
Bosch.
am
a 4th bosh.
Yeah.
For what?
for the fucking Hickory Dickory Dock mouse.
I am ashamed.
Well, no. So this is my theory. The 3 mice, tails lopped off, bleeding out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the farmer's wife drops the carving knife and walks away.
Yeah. Shaking. From
I
what
think
she'd
she's.
done.
I don't
In-
think
in
she. I think she's done it a million times
disbelief.
before.
In
I don't think
disbelief
she's.
of what she'd done.
But she's too cocky because she doesn't finish them off.
Yeah.
So 2 of the mice, they die of blood loss from having their tails cut off, but one
Go on without me.
survives. Yeah.
And every now and then he runs up that clock in commemoration of his 2 dead.
Hickory
brothers.
Dickory Dock, running up the clock to see maybe my 2 brothers are back.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I am ashamed to be associated with this.
Hickory Dickory Dick Dock clock. Farmer's wife with his carving knife. I was thinking of a little.
Doing the 1982 remix by Sugar Hill Gang. And you do the Dickory to Dickory Dick a Dock, and then the mouse runs up the clock and then gets.
Mouse cock a clock.
But he ain't got a tail, and it never fails because the carving wife has got a carving knife.
Can we stop this now?
Because the fab. Yeah, that was good. I like that.
I said the carving wife.
We should make. We're 3 blind mice really here today.
Yeah, that's a good rap
We're 3
group.
blind mice. We're here today. We could do a whole thing. I think next week we have mice costumes.
Do we're 3 blind mice and we're here today. So do that.
Yeah, and we'll do a
You
finish
do
line.
it now, and I'll do the line.
Right.
At the
We're
end.
3 blind mice
Mice.
and we're here today,
Say.
and we've come to your house to get your crumbs.
Crumbs.
Petered off towards the end, but
We'll rehearse it. We'll
you can't
rehearse
check
it.
your emails.
See, we're having a good time now. You see, you were calling me grumpy, saying that I wasn't doing the show, I wasn't here in time, and now look at this, we're firing off now.
I'm not so.
And he's like, whoa, this fun wasn't sanctioned.
Yeah, I didn't approve this fun.
Look,
This is
I'm
off
not
the
gonna.
cuff.
I'm not gonna add to this musical.
Why not? You've got a little ditty in you.
Do I?
A little diddy in you. What you diddy?
Oh, I hope you ain't got a little.
You do have a little diddy in you, as in you're a fucking sex criminal.
You've been diddying.
I didn't mean that, by the way. It's just a joke.
That's
do you want to? So, what's your gripe about the mouse? I haven't seen this.
Well,
mouse.
no one gives a fuck.
Well,
I'm the
we
only
don't
one.
believe you.
I'm the only one that.
I don't believe you. Officially, don't believe it exists.
I'm the only one that sees it. It's ridiculous. We got 3 traps in there. What more can be done?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's the point. That's
I
the
just
point
don't-
of why nobody gives a
But I
shit.
go-
There's no
Because
mouse
we've put some-
droppings.
This is the thing as well. The mice is considerate, right? It comes in on a reasonable hour. It's not fucking scurrying around the walls at 4 in
It's
the
not
morning,
the
is
same
it?
one, though, is it?
It's having a little nibble here and there, which can be forgiven
Yeah,
because we've got more crumbs than we need anyway.
we got plenty of crumbs,
Why
especially
are
our
you-
fucking bread boy
Yeah, exactly.
over here.
Why are you coveting crumbs?
But we need to stop. But we need to stop leaving these crumbs on the floor. That's the issue. That's the issue, isn't it?
Well, what do you mean?
What do you
Well,
mean?
yeah,
what I
but we
mean?
What you
swept
need
and
to
we
do
did
is-
that.
What?
Right. First of all, I've got no problem. The mice comes and cleans the crumbs for us. Really, what you're doing is you're
It's like one of
missing
those
it.
electrical hoovers.
It's like a room book. Yeah, it is.
It is. It's a little tiny Roomba.
And you know what? If I see that mouse, I was thinking about it. I was like, we need to get it some accommodation. We need to get it. We need to get it.
You're
some
gonna get it a council
vaccinations.
house.
I think we give it a little corner and
You
that.
could put this mouse on universal
Put
credit.
something, yeah, I think we're going to get it some fucking 110s. We're going to get
110s? What's a
On the
110?
1st and the 15th.
yeah, we're going to we're getting an advance payment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, you got to top up from when the first claimed.
Exactly,
When the
yeah,
claim's
'cause
been
I hate
deferred.
how non-seriously you guys take this.
What, the mouse thing?
Yeah.
I understand, and I still don't give a shit. I don't know how to alter my feelings. To
I
make
tried my
me-
best.
But you've not seen it. That's the issue. You haven't seen the fuck.
I love that it's only coming out to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
But then as soon as I come in, it leaves. It doesn't even like.
That's so funny. Can you imagine if it's been staying with us two, just chilling about when you come fucking get it? It's mental. Keeps buying traps and that. Off his tits.
Just to take the piss out of
Yeah.
you, yeah, because you bought them nasty traps with the teeth,
Yeah.
right? The mouse is going to taunt you
So
now.
fuck you, man.
Did you know what Stuart Little?
No.
A mouse is a man's best friend. Or boys.
All right, boys.
Or a boy.
All right, boys.
I'm a try that statement.
So your gripe of the week is the mouse.
That's
The
it.
mouse.
Yeah.
Oh god, life is easy, isn't it? If that's it, if that's the worst thing that's happening for you.
I've got
Yeah.
a gripe of the week.
Oh, go on then, mate.
Went to court the other day. Went to a courthouse.
How was that?
Went to the magistrates' court, which is like a bit more serious than.
Did you dress up?
No, did I fuck? No.
You didn't wear one of them T-shirts with the shirt drawn on it.
Well, I'll tell you, no, that'd be funny. That would be cool. Should have done that. Fuck. No, because I was taught like first impressions are really important.
Yeah.
And if you want to claim you don't have any money, don't wear a suit. That's like, if they're going to be like, you've got a fine, and you go, oh, I can't afford it, and you're wearing a fucking, Next.
Armani vibes.
Yeah, Armani. That was expensive.
Next.
Next. That's the
If
only
you're
place
dressed in Next, they're going to know you're loaded.
Yeah, exactly.
All right?
I've only ever bought a suit from Next. Anyway, I had to go there. And then, so before we go in, there's some rules.
Oh, yeah. Rules in the
Some
courthouse.
rules.
That's mental.
Don't put your hands in your pockets. Turn your phones off. You have to remain standing, you're told to seat.
Oh.
And you have to refer to the magistrate, so what I don't know what they call them,
Is it in the centre of town?
as your worship.
In the centre of town.
Yeah, it's in the centre of town, but that's not the interesting part of this anecdote. The interesting part of it is that you have to call the magistrates your worship.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that you
Why
got
are we
to, like-
worshipping these guys?
Exactly. I'm a fucking...
Were you saying it?
I said it once at the end just to be like,
You did it.
I'm one of you guys
The
kind of
thing
thing.
is, right, like, we don't worship those kind of people anymore. But one thing we know is that a lot of them are nonces.
Pedos, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So maybe we should change it to your nonce-ship.
Your non-ship
Or
would
your
be a bit-
pedoness.
You know what?
Wait.
I reckon...
You know?
Could I?
Oh, your nonce-ship. I was hoping to talk about...
Like a ship full of nonces.
I mean,
Objection, your pedo-ship.
I think we're all paedophiles in a way, aren't we?
No, that's weird.
that's
Let's
just
not
you.
go down that road. Anyway, so yeah, but the thing is, like, isn't it strange that they make like the working classes like
I need to go soon.
worship? I think there's some kind of conspiracy going on. I think it's got something to do with black magic,
Oh, yeah.
and I think that's why they have this kind of ritual where you're kind of held, in this kind of place of judgment. And these people, it was quite surreal, really. They
You're
were all
right. If you had a
wearing mad
couple of robes
clothes.
in
They was wearing
and some
robes.
fire,
Yeah.
then it becomes like a one of those
Cult.
Mason culty kind of things.
Yeah, if they had a goat's head in there, I would have been like, well, I'm getting buggered.
Yeah. Just a nice
Some
little-
point.
But yeah, and then at the end they're like,
That was me
Ethan
killing a
Smith,
goat.
for your minor infraction of the law, we're going to sacrifice you to Satan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how it felt. I was so nervous. And then there was this guy, and he was getting fined as well or whatever, and he was like trying to be friends. He's like, they're fucking cunts, and I'm like, well, I'm not getting seen with you. Fucking trying to shit about these guys.
Yeah, that's
you know what I
it.
mean? Get away from me, you weird bastard.
Don't tie yourself up with that, dude.
No, and he looked like he'd done smack, and then he was like, what about the police? And I was like, you get arrested by the police. That's not the same thing.
Yeah. So, boys, where are we off to now? Another job? No, you're in the back, dude. You're going to the cells.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Is it story time? Do you want to tell a story?
I think
I
you
need to
should.
go.
I think. Well,
You
come
done?
on.
Yeah.
Okay. Any
You don't need
final
half an hour
thoughts?
to get there. Tell your story about
Takes
it.
half an hour to get there.
It don't-
No, I'll save the story.
We'll save it for next time.
I've got some more stuff on the pickup course, so we'll do that next.
Okay, we'll
It'll
talk
be
about
better
that next
week as
time.
well.
We'll end up with that. All right.
Tune into my new podcast, subscribe to this one, like the show, and leave us a comment if you can. If you like the guy on the left, make sure you specify
Your left
which
or
left
my
he is,
left,
our
yeah.
left or your
Yeah.
And
left.
if you work for TikTok, let me know.
If you work for TikTok,
Yeah.
give him his fucking account back so
Yeah.
he can shut up about it.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.
See you later, Chris.